Hey guys, it's the Halloween season, and I've been trying to make like different masks and stuff for Halloween. And today I want to try to make the Peacemaker helmet. Is it going to be perfect? No. But I just want to see if I can do it, see if I can make one out of paper mache to have as a costume. So let's get into it. It's not going to be like actually cosplay material, but just for fun. Let's try to make it. All right, so I'm not sure if this is gonna work or if this is a good way to do it, but we're gonna try. We're gonna saran wrap my head and then put tape around to make like a little template. Also, sorry for the noise. My mom is dehydrating stuff, so I apologize for that. But let's try it. Get my saran wrap. So I just start wrapping my head fully in the saran wrap. So just do right above your eyes, and that's enough. Okay, I did not put it too tight. Like I want it a little loose. Okay. Now I just started adding the masking tape and just kept putting that on over and over. And I need someone's help to like get the back or have like a mirror so you can see, but I think I'm getting it mostly covered. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just like a template to know how big your head is, and we'll fix it up after. Okay. I think that's a general good enough template. So let's pop it off. Okay. Cool. I missed a spot here, but as you can see, like it doesn't matter too much. I'm gonna add it now, just for like the structural integrity, but it's not a big deal. Okay, just as long as you have a general head shape, that's all you really need. So we'll fix that. There's our template. Okay, so we're gonna work with that. I think I'm gonna add some cardboard on the inside, or just something to stuff it, just to make it a little more structurally sound when we put the paper mache on top, just so it doesn't cave in on itself. So whatever you have, even a bowl, like maybe I'll find an upside down bowl. That's what I'm gonna do. That sounds smarter. So we're gonna do that and shove that in there. You also can maybe blow up a balloon to that size, and just put it on top of the balloon. A lot of people just use the balloon in general to make their shape, but I wanted it to match my head better. So I figured this is a good way to do it. So we'll start with that. Okay, let's go. Alright, so I found a bowl that fit perfectly, so I just placed it over the bowl, and then I got some strips of paper, so you can use newspaper or just any kind of like thicker paper, but not too thick, but like newspaper texture material. So I just cut that into strips, and then once I finished cutting those into strips, I just made my little mixture, which is just water and flour. So you want it to be pretty runny, and then this is basically your paste. So you have your paste here, and then you're just going to dip your paper into it and then just start applying it to your template. So I'm just going to take little strips at a time and then just add it onto the headpiece here and just keep going till the full thing is covered. Alright, so I got it covered, and I'm just going to let it dry. If you need to speed up, you can put it outside, or you can use a hairdryer, but I'm going to leave this one overnight to dry. So it's all dry, and then now I'm going to take some cardboard to make like the lower part of the face. I'm really not sure what I'm doing at all. I'm just going off the fly, and I don't know what I'm doing. But I'm going to glue some cardboard around the top piece. So I'm just going to like follow it around the edges and leave like a gap in the front for the face. But basically I'm just going to kind of roll it onto the cardboard there. So it's all glued on, and I'm going to add a little piece for the forehead. So I've realized I could have just wrapped it all the way around, but I didn't, because then you'd have to cut upwards and cut it out. So I just added this extra piece for the forehead. But if you don't want to do that, you can just wrap a full piece of cardboard around and then cut up to give yourself that little space in the middle for your face. But yeah, I just added the little piece for the forehead, and then I'm just going to try it on to see where like the eye placement will be before I add the nose piece. So I'm just going to take a little pen or pencil and just mark it to see where like the top and the bottom of my eye will start and end. And then I put the little nose strip across, and then you're going to put the bridge in between the eyes of just some cardboard, and then I'm just going to cut out this little piece that's going to actually fit right over your nose. So I'm going to cut this, but then instead of cutting it all the way off, I'm going to bend it up towards the piece between your eyes and glue it onto there to add a little bit more structure to it. So you're going to cut it and then fold it up and then just glue that onto there. You don't have to. I just want to do it just to add more structure, but you can do whatever you like. Just added a few more pieces of cardboard around some areas to make it a little stronger and to fill in some places. So for yours, if like the eyes look too big, you can fill it in more. I realized mine at the end, my eyes are a little too big, so I should have filled it in more, but you can fix it to your own face and see where you need to add more cardboard. So then after we do that, I'm going to add another layer of like the paper mache onto that. So I'm going to fully cover what I just did, and then we're going to let that sit, and we're going to go outside and let that dry for a little. Now that it's dry, I just cut some cardboard out to do like the little thin-ish part of the helmet. I did a terrible job. I didn't measure this. I have problems with actually measuring. I just kind of cut first, ask questions later, which is a bad idea. But anyway, I just fixed it by adding some tape along the edges. And obviously not everything's looking perfectly smooth. It is paper mache, and I'm sure other people can do a way better job with paper mache making it smoother, but it's not perfect material, so it's not going to be perfectly smooth. And I just painted it a layer of gray initially, and then I went in with like the other details, and then just added some white in places for like a little bit of a highlight. Once again, my paint job's pretty bad. I'm getting pretty tired at this point, but that's the paint job, and this is pretty much it done. Once again, it's not perfect, but let's go try it on. All right, and here it is. And I realize it is a little crooked. My face and head is crooked anyway, so I don't know if that's my fault for my head being crooked, or I think the actual thing is crooked itself. And the eyes are a little too big, so I'd like to fix that. And obviously it's not perfectly smooth, it's not perfectly painted, but like this is just a general quick idea if you have to go to a party and want something quick. And very, very cheap. And just something fun to try to make anyway. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great Halloween. Okay, bye-bye.